Hello everyone, Ron again, and in this video we're going to talk about the minor scale. Action.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
So there are a few ways to figure out what the notes are of a minor scale. So we look at the circle of fifths again. Part of why I said this was such a good diagram is that it shows you what the major is here. So you see C major and underneath it has A minor. This is because of the concept of a relative minor. Every major scale has a relative minor that's going to use the same notes that that major scale uses. So the notes for A minor are the same notes that we would use for C major. So if you look at the piano that's over here, we're going to look at the first way that you can figure out what the minor scale is, or rather what the notes of it are. So if you took the notes of the C major scale, and you started on the 6th scale degree, which is A, but you played the same notes that are from C major, then that's A minor. So it still goes from C to C, but it starts on A. And that's how you get A minor. So I guess you would think of it as going from A to A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And that would be A minor instead. The next way you can think of it is you can say, I'm going to figure out which minor key is relative to this major key, or vice versa, by moving up or down a minor third. And to make that sound less confusing, because it's hard to think of a good way to express what I mean, if I start at C, and I remember a minor third is 3 semitones, so I move down 3 semitones, then I arrive on A. So if I went from C, and I was thinking of the C major scale, and I moved down 3 semitones, that would be the same as saying this is going to be the 6th scale degree, so this is A minor. C major is A minor. But if I went up 3 semitones, so from C to go up 3 semitones is, that would mean that E flat major is C minor. And if we check the circle of fifths, look for E flat right here, and then it says C minor. That's another way that you can figure out what a minor scale is. If you start on C, you go up 3 semitones, and you say, the C minor scale is the E flat major scale. But if you start on C and you go down 3 semitones, then you say the C major scale is the A minor scale. And the third way that comes to mind for me is just what I noticed while I was compiling all of this, and that is that you can flatten the third by 1 semitone, flatten the 6th, and flatten the 7th scale degree. So let's think about it like this. C major is C minor is. So if I compare the two, it's C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. But C minor is C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C. So because C natural has all natural notes, it's easy to see which ones are flat in this case. You have E flat, A flat, and B flat, and the rest of them are natural. You flatten the third, which is E, you flatten the 6th, which is A, and you flatten the 7th. And that's more of a complex way of finding it. But let's say that you want to figure out what C minor is because you want to switch from C major to C minor, which could be a challenge, even if you know how to modulate. But let's say that you wanted to do that hypothetically, but you weren't sure of the keys of E flat major. Then you could create the minor scale from the major scale by making the third flat, making the sixth flat, and making the seventh flat. So again, that's C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And it becomes C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C. That's the minor scale for C. And the last way is you can convert the pattern from the major scale, which was whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, or whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. And if you were to start on the 6th degree, you have whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. So from C, whole step, D, half step, E flat, whole step is F, whole step is G, half step is going to be A flat, whole step is B flat, and then another whole step brings you back to C. So I hope that you're able to wrap your mind around this. It can be kind of confusing. You may have to watch it more than once. Give me feedback in the comments for if it's easy to understand, and I may go over it again if it's hard. But the minor scale is a lot trickier than the major scale when you're thinking about it, because the major scale feels so natural. Like, you're going to use major scales more often when you're writing music than you are going to use minor scales, in my own experience. Because I usually just think of it as a major scale, and I will use the minor scale degrees. So for example, in the key of C, you have C is the major chord, but then D and E are minor chords. So within the key of C, it is the C major chord, D minor chord, E minor chord, F major, G major, A minor, and then B diminished. And if you were to play chords all with the same intervals, those are the chords that you would have. But that's a topic for another video. So these are the different ways to figure out the minor scale. And probably the next video will be the notes of the minor scales, like I did with the major scales. So it will be easier. But this video is talking about how you get to that point and that understanding, just in case you don't have it all written out in front of you all the time. There was the idea that teachers used to say when you wanted to use a calculator on the test, they'd be like, you're not going to carry a calculator with you everywhere you go. And then the meme goes like, they invented the cell phone, and the cell phone has a calculator app. That's funny. But I mean, when you think about it, if you went to a company, they're going to give you a calculator, right? You're not just going to be at an accounting firm working with an abacus. Like, that'd be strange, right? But anyway, that's a tangent. So if you made it this far, then I thank you for watching. I hope you were blessed by the information. And as usual, have an awesome day. Peace.